Hey everybody, this is Patrick with TTFR. Doing another weekly earnings update. It's been a crazy month, and we're up almost another $800, and I really didn't have a whole lot of room to add trips. So definitely a good month, my best month by far ever. As you can see in the graphing here, up over 30,000, getting close to 31,000 now. Every car did really well this month, and we blew out the last 2 weeks. I think I changed my settings to trips shorter than 2 days, somewhere around the first week, maybe second week, somewhere in there. But from the time I did that, MotoGP weekend happened, and then Formula One weekend happened, and even after Formula One weekend ending, still just tearing it up this month. You can see the utilization calendar booked out every day. I think I had one open day on my SUV in the last 2 weeks. So we ended up with each car coming in pretty close to $2,000. I guess the 230i had its worst month, which is weird because it's the best car usually. And for this month, we ended up with almost 1,900 for the convertible, almost 1,800 for the 230, and then 1,900 for the Q7 SUV. Revenue per car, was just outstanding. As much as I've had some months in one car. Days out per car broke records for every single car. Including the 230, 26, 24, 25. I guess, I can't pat myself on the back too much. It just might be my market is just really crazy. I'm in Austin, Texas, and this is a booming town, as most people know. Tesla plant's coming here. Oracle moved their headquarters here. A lot of tech here, but up to almost out the entire month. Miles by car, my depreciation is going to go up. I picked up more than I usually do, but not for the amount of days. Look, I'm almost the same amount of miles out from the previous month to this month. 1899 the previous month on only 15 days, and only 2145 on 26 days. So didn't really have that much more wear and tear. The 230 we did have twice as much, and so did the Q7 at twice as much. But so we're going to take some depreciation, I think. I've been running the numbers, and with the used car market the way it is, we're just not seeing depreciation. I wonder if there's going to be big chunks when that all gets soaked up. But for right now, depreciation's kind of holding. I think let me take a look here where we're at per car this month. Depreciation actually, the convertible actually increased in value this month by 175 after a big hit last month. I think I mentioned that in the last video. No depreciation showing right now for the 2 Series, and same thing for the Q7. They basically held where they are, and that made the profit after depreciation, and then profit after unrealized gains, which is the principal that I'm adding to my loans for these cars. Worth of the car once they're paid off, $2,000 for one car. Profit after depreciation is at $1,600, so fairly low expenses. You can see in the yellow version here, or cell here, that's my expenses more or less, with tax deductible expenses for the month. Pretty low, especially based, I had really no maintenance issues this month, so spent very little on maintenance. This is kind of the months that you dream about. Under 400 for that car, under 400 for that car. Going back to other thing I want to talk about was also delivery income. Delivery income, because of the events, there was a lot of vacationers in town. Crazy, 3 times more than I've ever had. My delivery income for each car was well over $300. pretty even per car once again. So this leads me to believe the data is showing me that there's not necessarily anything I'm doing right now that's extra beneficial. I think it's just my market right now. I opened up the trips to 1-day trips and did pick up a few of those. They didn't tend to be a whole lot of hassle. I think I had a problem with one trip with a late return, but other than that, for 1-day trips, they ended up being pretty smooth. And like I said, great month. The profit per car is just pretty unreal. 1,600, 1,400, 1,350. Almost $4,400 in profit this month off of 3 cars. So that's a pretty outstanding month for me. Beyond that, there's been some news recently, and it's got me thinking, and I think probably everybody else will be thinking a little bit about it at this point. The Turo effect of Hertz, the rental car company, purchasing 100,000 electric cars. If you're renting a Tesla right now on Turo, that would definitely make you think twice. But that also brings up another point that all of us Turo hosts have to consider down the road, is that at some point people are not going to want to rent gas cars for everyday travel, because especially right now gas prices are going up. Some of my higher end cars have to use premium gas, which is over $4 a gallon now. So if you can rent an electric car, you're going to save some money. And there's a lot of features in those cars, and I'm renting older cars. So if my older cars aren't unique in some way, which right now the convertible is, the 2 Series, it's new, it's a spunky little car, but there's not a lot special about it, and not a lot different than a Tesla 3 Series. So I have to think, while the prices are high right now, whether that's a car that I might want to unload. My Q7, I have some ideas for the Q7 for changing it into more of an off-road vehicle that you can camp out of. I'm not finalized on that, and you may see some things that I post along those lines down the road in follow-up videos, and hopefully doing a lot of work myself. So we'll see. I've made so much this month that I'm actually considering adding a higher-end car. That's always kind of the plan. My future plans for this is in my market, because the Formula One track is here and there's a lot of motorsports here, is to turn this into a commercial rental enterprise where you can rent a car for actual either track day events or autocrosses, which is a type of racing that I do a lot of, or used to at least, and kind of an adventure day where you can take out a car that's not only just fun to look at and has the potential to go fast, but a car that you could actually go fast in. So that's my long-term goal. I think I would have to actually become a commercial host for that, because Turo is not going to be interested in putting cars on the track. So there's things you can do along those lines to insure yourself through track day insurance and things like that. But that's what I'm doing, and I'm thinking about adding a Porsche Boxster. May or may not be a great idea, because there actually are several of them that have just been added in the last 2 or 3 months. So I got to think about that a little more, and that's everybody that's in Turo needs to think along those lines and look at your market and see what your competitors are. In general, those cars are renting for around anywhere from $120 to $200 a day, depending on how new they are and what kind of options they have. And but I've always wanted one of those, and we'll see. Might go all the way up to a 911, because there aren't really any 911s in the 150 to 200 a day range here. And if you can find one that's a little cheaper, a little older, mid 2000 teens, I think that might be a good choice for me. Other thing I want to cover is I'm adding, for people that own the spreadsheet or plan to buy the spreadsheet or interested in the spreadsheet that I have in all of these videos, I'm adding the business intelligence section to it, or business analysis or business intelligence, where I'm going to break out from the yearly profit and loss sections that are more based on how many trips you have per month per car, average miles per day per month per car, average days per trip per month per car, and maintenance versus miles per month per car. I'm going to try to figure that out so that you can take a look at what different changes you've made or how they were affecting your business and your profit. Obviously, if you have your cars out for more miles, you're going to spend more on maintenance. So I want to have an idea what that's costing me. And other changes that I make, I want to know if that's increasing my trips. Obviously, last month to this month, opening it up to one-day trips is it doubled my trips in the convertible, almost doubled them in the 230, and tripled them in the Q7. So these are the kind of things I just want to track. I'm also going to add a change notes page that'll have a date in there that you made a change. So one of the things I've made changes, and I don't always necessarily remember exactly when I made the change, so that I can't reference when things went up. So I will have you'd be able to add graphs here, and I will actually put like a how-to on how to add graphs based on anything you want into this section. As you can see, I put in days out by car per car, trips per month per car. You can see that's how it's gone up. And I may change those types of charts so you can see up and down. You can go to a line chart instead, so you can see up and down. Change this one. Let's go to a line chart as well. You can see the ups and downs when you've made changes. So that's the kind of stuff I'll be adding to the sheet for the 22 version of the sheet. There'll be some other changes, like I will make some changes probably to the utilization calendar to make this a little more easy to use and maybe a little easier to view. But right now, if you're our host right now, you may notice you can't always reference previous months in what utilization you had in Turo. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think it depends on their servers and whether they're working that day or not. But those are the things I kind of wanted to cover today. Been a great month. I've already a little slower next month, and I've already changed things to back to kind of as a test, but also to take a little bit of a breather. I really intend to do this relatively part-time, and so I've moved my trip preferences back to at least 2-day trips, and I'm down maybe $500 in future bookings right now. I usually run anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 in future bookings, and I'm at right about $2,000 right now. Still going to be an okay month. I think I'm already at break even for next month in future trips, so it'll be okay. I think everything will work out, and I may adjust things along the way. But I look forward to another earnings report next week. And this is Patrick. Have a good week.